can't even say hey, Instagram. If you hear snoring, sniffling, something, that's my dog. And he's 100% dedicated on sitting in front of me. He's adorable though. Okay, I feel like I had a lip gloss in my pocket. And as soon as I... Oh, there it is. There it is. Hey, y'all. What's going on? Hey, Monty. How you doing? Hey, man. I ain't talking to you. Lay down with your crusty ass. Oh, you were just thinking about me? I know it's been a while, right? You must got a boyfriend. No. No, I did not get a boyfriend. That's crazy. Blessed and highly favored. That's my dog. He's not snoring. He's not snoring. That's just how he sounds. Oh, thank you. It's like a babe camo kind of thing. Favorite ice cream ever. Maybe not ever, but I made it last like 4 days. I don't know how. That I'll be going, y'all be streaming another crusty nigga? Interesting. I'm doing great in yourself, my black king. I do want to make homemade ice cream. I should have made homemade ice cream in the snow like everybody else. That'd have been fun. I'm a designer artist. I don't get it. What's a designer artist? I'm from New York. You have a third ball. You should get that checked out. Could be a tumor. My dog is jealous when I talk to other people in front of him. So every time after I speak, he's gonna do that. I have gray go-go boots. Mm-hmm. Thank you, A1. I don't have knee-high boots. My thighs are really thick. My calves are thick. Your mother's trash. I do like knee-high boots, but I can't find ones that go with my calf. It's hard to find. I think I have a pair, but they're hard to find. I'm gonna leave my political stance out of this stream today. But I'll be making a video soon. Yeah, if you could recommend some, that'd be nice. What's the knowledge? Plain yogurt, cranberry juice, and pineapple are good for the ladies. No, I didn't eat the whole thing. I want to shit in that cup. That is. Ooh, you stink. You need a bath. Not right now. People watching. Yeah, he's a little fat fucker. I don't eat Chick-fil-A anymore. I mean, like, maybe I will, but I haven't. Like, since the summer? Since October? November? He needs a job. He needs a job because he sounds like a grown man. He needs a job. And he needs a bath. You don't stink. You smell like a dog. Hello. Are you sniffing my breath? You feel sorry for the dog. Why? As soon as he gets too high, he gonna jump down. What you looking at? You alright? I just live here, man. It's his world. Dun, 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 dun. What's goody? Yeah, the dog that was like literally chilling. He likes to be the center of attention. Nah, he's not grumpy. Are y'all speaking for the dog? Is that what y'all doing? Y'all talking for him? As if like this is what he would say? Let's see his face. Hey, they want to say hi. He looking like what? Oh, it's your breath that's Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Stop being like that. Stop. Stop it. How would he take a fart in my mouth? He doesn't get on my bed. I like the city. I don't mind the countryside for a while, but I like the city. What are you doing? What are you looking? His name is Cash. Fave song I'm listening to right now? I don't have a fave. I heard it. I'm gonna have to cut it out. But I'll play it for you guys.
On today's episode of Rich People Who Rich Right, let's talk about Tiana Taylor. This video is long overdue.
Sorry.
On opening the book, something shifted. And as she read, Daru, eager to stay relevant,
I'm not mixed with anything.
explore your story.
Black people are tall because we have superior genes. Since you want to be a fucking bitch. This is my one of my favorite songs right now. If you could name this song, that would be something. old haircut in this video, though. So this video must be have done like a long time ago. It says here it's like down to here now. But this video got 1.9 million views, or 1.8 million views in 3 days. If your son smells dust, shirtless with men, he's for sure gay. You know what? I don't even have nothing to say. Oh, I also like this song too.
Selling on eBay is so easy. I listed your earrings. Find what you love, sell what you don't.
I got the new cloud pillow from Mellow. I have to show you the difference between this and my old pillow. So this is my old pillow, and I just immediately feel pressure on my upper back and my shoulders. Immediately, I have so.
I like this. Maybe somebody with back pain. I used to be. From the north, like New York, like.
I went deaf on a bitch. Ever since you left me, more money, more cars, more hoes, more shows. Ever since you left me, more diamonds, more gold, more motion, more hoes. I went deaf on a bitch. I went deaf on a bitch. All I need is one night. You gonna have to spend it with you. All I need is one night. I went deaf on a bitch. Yes, my, yes, I, fiesta. Drop top G-Wagons, we don't do Teslas. Don't pay for the bag, I pay semesters. I turn dream girls to my new extras. And niggas recognize skin girls do too. Run through the city like the 2 Live Crew. Got a Harlem broad, got a Brooklyn broad. I ain't come this far just to come this far. A friend to all is a friend to none. So don't push me, bitch, cause I pressed the button. I went deaf on a bitch.
This give me like, remember when.
I went deaf on a bitch.
Alright, so I really like this
All I
song.
need is one night.
I really like this song. There's one part that I don't like. And y'all about to hear it.
Gonna have to spend it with you. All I need is one night. I went deaf on a bitch. All I need is one night, one chick, dumb drip. Baby want a piece, call me scrumptious. Baby wanna be with me, call me a husband. She was singing on my mic, Teddy Bell spin. She said you got cool first time heard the phone, ain't do I do.
Horrible. Fucking horrible. Ruin the fucking song. Sometimes your friends don't gotta do everything with you. I get it. I get it. I truly, truly get it. Oh no, no. Make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop. No, make it stop. Go away. Oh, not you. My bad, pumpkin. Huh? Untie shoes first. I ain't got no shoes on. I got on slippers. What you talking about? Was that sound I was hearing? Oh, I'm at a loss over here. You need a hat. You gotta write me on Instagram. And then, yeah. I haven't put them on the website just because people are gonna order them and I don't have like a lot ready. So it's like it's gonna sell out fast. They've been selling so fast, I'm not gonna lie. considering how long it takes me to make them. That's like, no, I sold 7 in like 2 days to like actual physical people. I sold 7. So I'm trying to find something to watch, but it's given. Let me not say that because I could watch Together on Hulu. But I don't think I can do that with you guys. Oh, they have The Ugly Steps. Oh, they got Django Unchained. You know, I always forget that there's a second Django. My Instagram is Slevin Show. So the same way it's spelled on my. The same way it's spelled on my YouTube, Slevin Show. The Woman King was so good. I can't believe that was 4 years ago. I didn't finish watching The Book of Clarence. I did watch The Devil Conspiracy. Yep. I didn't watch Azriel, but I did watch like a synopsis of it. I think I watched Deliver Us. Did I watch Humane? Yes, I watched Humane. That's with the guys who have to willingly kill themselves or some shit. Oh my god, let me show you guys something. This happened to me the other day. Look at this. Oh, look at it. I got a blister from my shoe. I had these boots. These are really, really cute boots. Let me go get my boots. Hold on. Let me get the boots so y'all can see the boots. So y'all can know, like, the boots is cute. Okay, so these are the boots. Oh, I think I'm about to make this some sandal alcohol. So these are the boots. These boots are so cute. So these should be knee highs, but they're fucking not. You see how they scrunch? They scrunch because my calf is not this small. I could probably cut them and get them expanded, but the toe, I guess my feet are like too wide. And I'm so mad. I only wore them like twice, maybe 3 times. The bottom is like a little scuffed up. I'm gonna put them on Depop. I paid like $100 and something for these boots. These are from Zara. I got these from Zara. These are $39. Maybe I probably had them for a long time and didn't wear them because I'm a 39 and a half right now. They are so cute. They're 39, so that's like a 9. Yeah, it's so sad. So sad. Sucks. Oh, let me show you guys the hats that I've made. Okay. Yes, my water is green. There's chlorophyll in here. Okay. So, I made 2 headbands, obviously. This headband is like the one that I have on. I don't want to put it on me because my dog will just put it on me. So, this is a hat. I was going to make myself, I don't care. Y'all can see my hair. I was going to make myself one of these. But, yeah. So, y'all pretty much could see like what they look like. So, and then I have another one, like the one I have on. Then I have the first one. No, this is the second one I made, I think. But this is so cute. I love mine. Mine is dirty, has makeup on it. I have this one. I made this for like kind of like a big headed person. I don't know. What do you guys think? I have this one. I have this one. You farted? Ew. Bro, I have this one. So this is like I need better lighting so I can show you colors accurately. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm gonna just get my light. I saw that light that they have at Home Depot. The Husky light. I think I'm gonna get that. Show it to somebody who cares. Your mother cares, so give her the phone. I know you still live at home with her. Fucking loser. Okay. There we go. Wow, that's really great. Okay. So this one is like a cool gray color with like black specks. Well, some of the specks are black and then some of them are blue. It's really cute. I'm actually making a scarf to go with it. So then we have this one. This one is like that that fuzzy texture. Then of course we have like the chunky knit one. This one is so far the chunkiest. And then this one is like a secondary chunk. But this one is so pretty. The pink, the burgundy, the purple, the black. It just looks so good. So then we have this one. This gray is it it doesn't have specks in it, but it's like a muted blue kind of gray, and then it's like this dark navy purple color, and then it goes to like this magenta, then it has this really pretty like chartreuse. And I made a couple different sizes. These ones would be like more for kids, and this one is like more for the adults, so you can see like the size difference. And then I did the same thing for this is like a kid's size, and then these are like the adults. And then I have the same thing. I made a real big one because you know some girls have like locks or like big curly hair, stuff like that. So I made the different sizes. And oh yeah, so this one has the purple at the top. So this one has all the colors. This one has 4 of the colors, and then this one has like and then this one has like a different kind of like way. So those are the ones that I've done. So I have 2 in progress right now. I have the scarf to go with that to go with the hat. So the scarf is like a bigger version of the hat, and then you wear it like this, kind of like around your neck, and it just like covers. So it's gonna come up to like the nose. So it'll be like this when you wear it. And then these are like the scraps of yarn that I have. So I could probably get another headband. I sold my other headband, so I could probably get another headband out of the camel one. And then I'm gonna use like the scraps to make other hats and stuff. So I have this one next. Yeah, so I'm excited. Oh, and then I'm working on like a different stitch. I'm working on, this is the basket weave. So I'm working on a basket weave scarf. And then I'll make a basket weave hat to go with the scarf. And that's basket weave. This is, I forgot what it is, but it's like squares, like, I forgot what the pattern is. But yeah, so I have orders. I have orders, y'all. And like out of those hats with a 369, I saw 5 of those are going to people out of the 11. So make some shiesties. So somebody else asked me that. Somebody else asked me if I could make like an Assassin's Creed hood. And I was like, what? And then he showed me what he was talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm making my nail stylist a baby blanket. She has a baby girl who just turned 1. And I'm supposed to be making somebody else something. I just can't remember it. Yeah, I have to write these things down. Definitely have to write these things down. Oh, you like my nails? Thank you. Do I do custom orders? So everybody's been asking me that, right? Here's how custom orders work, because custom orders wouldn't necessarily work on a website. I have a business page where I'll post these hats in my stories on my business page. So you can DM my business page, you know, and we can like get started there. Because depending upon, like, if you want like a actual wool hat, you know, that yarn is different. So the price for that would be a little bit different than it is for these hats. If you need it like extra large, or you have like measurements you want it measured to, I would need that information. So yeah, if you can't like pick up in person in New York City, or if you can't say like, oh well, if it fits your head, it'll fit my head, then yeah, you would have to DM me. So my business page is called Unavailable Made on Instagram. My website is unavailablemade.com. So you can definitely DM, and yeah, we can start discussing things like that. Am I ready for daylight savings? No, and it's like next week. No, not next week. Is it next week? I feel like it's next week. Or maybe the week right after. I feel like it's the week right after. I'm not ready. I'm not prepared. I'm not like, what? Like, what are we doing? Daylight saving, the sun is going to be staying out. So, definitely want to get through all this fucking yarn, though. For sure. For sure. So I have some neutral tones that'll drop like next week. Well, this weekend. Pretty much. And because it's so cold, still. And they're cute, especially like for the kids. Mad cute. It's gonna be 60 degrees Saturday. What? 60 degrees. I think I'm gonna run out of this yarn before I get to the length that I want. 60 degrees is like, okay. Now he's annoying. Every time he hear me speak, he might like crack open his eye because he think I'm talking to him. But he should go sleep in his bed, but he's out here because he just wants to be next to his mama. Somebody asked me if I could make a visor, and I was just like, what? What are you gonna do with a crochet visor? Crochet visor. I really don't know. I think people would just be asking for the darndest things. Okay, so what is the Ti and 50 Cent beef? That's what I was trying to understand. Matter of fact, let's see if I can pull up a video. Let's see. Can I make a hoodie? I probably actually have I ever tried? No. So I'm thinking if I should make bathing suits for the summer though. That would be like kind of cool. I mean, I know that there are like people that do it, but if I can make like a crop top with like a little skirt, that would be cute too. Sorry, I was just thinking. Somebody else asked me about crochet boxes. You are not the first person to ask that. I just want to say, fuck no. That would be so funky. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a video that tries to explain T.I. 50 Cent beef. LA jeans with an Oakland booty. Yeah. Okay. Jewish, Jewish. T.I. This, T.I. this. Okay, T.I. 50 Cent beef. Okay. I don't know if I had too many things on the router at one time. Should I end this and start over? I feel like, yeah, I probably should. Is it still frozen? Can you guys see me? What's my favorite animal? Elephants. I don't know if you. Oh, you guys can't see my elephant. I haven't named my elephant. I think Ellie would be kind of corny, but yeah. I haven't named her. I do want to do something, but I want to make sure the ring is big and shiny. Make sure my house is big and shiny too. Yeah. Yeah, because you're making sure the ring is shiny. Make sure the house is big and shiny as well. Yeah, and that my name is on the deed. That's what you can make sure of. That's my husband. That's my husband. That's what you can do. So last month's book club did not really work out. Maybe because the book I chose seems to be on back order everywhere, and I finally got a copy because I went to Walmart in New Jersey, and it's the end of the month. If you are a subscriber here, I would like you to put a S in the chat. I have some questions for you guys. If that's okay with you. So everyone on the old job, well, what's your name? How about that? What's your name, date of birth, and social? First and last, please. Once you fill that information, we can check it against our records. We'll be in contact in 2 to 3 business days. I want to film myself like in a time lapse doing like a crochet project. Okay, I did. Okay, so if you are a subscriber, I see the S's coming in. Oh, thank you, Tank. I appreciate that. What kind of content would you like to see? Because on my Instagram, like I talk about fragrances a lot with people, and they really enjoy that. So, would you guys like me to bring in some fragrance? I know the men might want to know what a woman wants them to smell like. What am I making? Plants and animals. My dog is asleep on the underneath the coffee table in front of me. And plants and animals is hilarious. My friend gave me 2 plants that are dead, and I'm hoping I could bring them back to life. Trying to see how that's going to work. I'm watering them, giving them plenty of sun. I don't see anything, but the roots might be dead. I might have to replant them. This is not knitting. This is crocheting. Knitting is with 2 needles. Oh, but if you're just telling your story of you trying to learn how to knit in general, then knitting is a little bit more complicated. And knitting projects are usually, I mean, you can knit something small. I've just never seen anybody knit anything small. I do know how to knit. I don't remember how to start, but I was just watching someone make a sweater, and I was like, oh, I should buy some knitting needles and knit something. I don't think I'm as good at knitting as I am at crocheting, but I think I could become just as good. I'm pretty sure of that. Travel stuff. What kind of dog do I have? I have a Frenchie. Yeah, a little psychotic Frenchie that likes to eat. Do I like doing what I do? What do I do? Hi, Blake, what do I do? My dog will eat anything. My dog will eat mint leaves off the floor. My dog will eat limes. My dog eats limes, and I'm pretty sure it's not good for him. But if I drop a lime on the floor, like if I'm making soup or something, if I'm eating soup, or you know how they give you a lime with your like tacos and stuff, with your fish, he'll eat it. He will eat spicy food. He will eat dog food, human food, rabbit food, cat food. He will just eat anything. Sometimes if he's really hungry, like let's say I get caught up at work or something. If he shits on the floor, well, that's really different because apparently he tries to do that to clean it up. But yeah, he'll eat anything. It's fucking disgusting. Food reviews, travel stuff. I don't feel like I travel like I used to. I feel like it's been a while. I feel like as I get into more of the planning and the prepping, like for travel, then has he shit on my floor before? Yes. Has he lately? No. As long as I take my dog out and walk him. So I wake up, take him outside, feed him when I wake up. Um, Usually when I eat, my dog eats, if that makes sense. So I usually try to eat 3 times a day. Today I didn't do so good with that, but yeah. So he gets walked like 3, 4 times a day. Because he gets walked when I wake up, and then if I feed him like in the afternoon randomly, he'll get walked then. And if I feed him in a significant time difference before I go out for work, then I walk him again. And then I walk him when I come home. I only walked him once today, actually. We've been kind of having a lazy day. No, I feel like I walked him earlier this morning. I don't know. I can't remember. It was all a blur. I might have walked him only twice today. I have broke my microphone, so you gotta order another piece. Very upsetting. Hi, hi, I'm from Switzerland. Hello. My audio's messing up too. Y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Is it better? Oh my gosh, he is farting up a storm. My audio is going in and out. Yo, if you leave a lighter around black people, they will take your lighter, yo. Just put that next to him because he funky. Too much alcohol. Okay, so who's gonna tell me what's going on with the 50 Cent T.I. beef? Oh, that's what I was doing, right? I was looking it up on YouTube. Did anybody watch Fear Factor? This House of Fear thing? I love wick candles because, like the wood wick ones. I said wick candles, like every candle doesn't have a wick. I like to hear the little popping sound. I'm making a scarf. You guys watch World War Z? Have you guys ever watched that? How to Kill a Dog in 10 minutes. Yeah, the zombie movie. The premise that in order to survive a zombie apocalypse, we have to make ourselves invisible by administering life-threatening diseases is kind of like absurd. So we're killing ourselves anyway. I mean, I guess some lifelong diseases you could live with. Hopefully, you don't find a cure. Back on the zombie food chain. I always thought that was like, that's a lose-lose situation right there. Giving yourself something that's deadly or being eaten alive. I mean, I guess either way, there's some type of parasite, entity, person, pathogen eating you alive or preying on your system. But I hate when they say, oh, you may not see this video again. You're running an advertisement. I'm going to see it again as long as I keep watching videos like what I watched the first time for your video to pop up. It's her superpower. Okay. I'll take that as an answer. I probably need half of a ball to like finish this out, but I don't have. Oh my gosh, am I really watching this advertisement? I don't even know you. I only watch advertisements for channels
a challenge, sir. Man, for 20 of your record, man. Sit proud for me, man. Get this work, man.
I said I wanted 50. That's what I said. He don't want no smoke though.
To this.
Your mama, dig that tough to tell your mama dig her tough and post a picture that look better than my mama.
The common denominator, the strongest raging rapper, detonators, limbs accomplished but shadier, hating on every A player and naysayer and Diddy's dongle dangling perpetrator, taking hate to crazier levels, special measures and treasure chests of harsh reality checks, weaponized on Instagram, from Luke Killer Camp to show Jim Jones in a jam to now T.I. and his wife. Where are the limits, man? You can't hit a damn new high every new blue sky on how bad the beat can get. So let's dissect, but first, don't forget, press the like and subscribe button for the best cuts yet. I studied rapaholics. Alright, Lawbreeze and Gentlegrams, we're back with the rhyme. And so is T.I. He just dropped 2 back-to-back hit records against 50 Cent. T.I.'s son went on Instagram making fun of 50 Cent's deceased mother, while 50 has been clowning the mother of T.I.'s children. All these things should be off limits, and the most sickening part is it all derived from T.I. believing he could beat 50 in a versus battle and trying to make that challenge a reality. Yes, a request like that is really all it takes to get 50 Cent attacking your entire family on social media. There's so many layers to why this whole situation is absolutely cooked. For starters, if you guys didn't know, 50 Cent's mom, Sabrina Jackson, she passed away in a fire when 50 Cent was just 8 years old in 1983. It was a suspected homicide, with Sabrina's drink allegedly being spiked, leading to her passing out and her house being set on fire. So for T.I. to not only allow his son, but to also double down and make jokes himself about 50 Cent not having his mother on his planet to this day is already insane. But like I said, this situation's insane on many levels, and you could say all's fair in love and war because 50 Cent started this whole thing dissecting T.I.'s entire criminal past and posting pictures of the mother of T.I.'s children. All because what? T.I. wanted a versus battle with him?
But you're a
If
rapper.
you're ranking like how cooked this situation is, the least cooked layer of this entire thing is that T.I. even thinks he can compete in a versus with 50 Cent. But we'll touch on that shortly. And before we get into this,
Hold
entire
on, who y'all
mess,
think is winning the versus battle? T.I. or 50 Cent?
but this guy on Twitter here, he summed this stuff up perfectly, alright? Curtis 50 Cent Jackson got shot 9 times and did nothing. This little kid, after she refused to go on a date with him, had to duck shots because of it and started making memes. Got smoked by Jadakiss and Styles P in a rap battle, talked tough and then ducked and beat his back row. Joe on a street level. Got outsold and embarrassed by Kanye on his third album. Movie couldn't have to Ross musically, so he resorted to making skits. Reposted S-tapes of Tierra Marie just because. Has publicly disrespected Ashanti, Sierra, Vivica A. Fox, etc. for no reason. Ducked T.I. in a versus battle. Called him a snitch, even though 50's the known federal informant. Makes fun of T.I.'s wife, as if we don't know his track record with women. Criticizes rappers for publicly speaking on politics and religion, but his coward butt won't stand for anything even though he's a known Trump supporter. He helps produce a documentary on Diddy's transgressions, but won't speak on his own history of domestic violence and abuse. He makes fun of other rappers' families, but his older son hates him and calls him a deadbeat. His younger son was living in a house that Diddy was paying for. He burned his older son's mother's house. Diddy had 50 Cent's younger son's mother P-wording herself in freak-off parties, and the list of people he's disrespected over the years is endless. He came into the game creating unnecessary controversy, and damn near 30 years later, he's still the same attention HOE. Guys, this right here is some Michelin level cooking. This Jordan Me guy, he better watch out that 50 Cent will come after him next, but you know, he doesn't raise a single uncontestable point, right? 50 Cent might have a big problem here. But then on the other end, you got this. I know the real South guys will always ride for their artists, but let's keep it real. T.I. was never a king. Is he bigger than Gucci Mane? No. Is he bigger than Future? No. Is he bigger than Young Thug, Lil Baby, Gunna, Outkast, 21 Savage, Migos? No. He can't even beat rappers from his city. 50 Cent is not the one to play with. He is in a different league. Now, comparing T.I. to Gunna and Lil Baby, that's absolutely egregious. But I do agree that there's levels to this, and I don't think, you know, it's even fair to start talking about T.I. being a worthy opponent to 50 Cent or Lil Wayne. I see T.I. trying to throw his name in both those conversations. It's like, in my opinion, insulting to Wayne and 50's legacy.
No, because
And if you don't
T.I.
understand why,
definitely
or
said
disagree, I mean,
the
let's
home for Atlanta. What? Like, T.I.'s one of the few rappers that could still.
Around the same time. Well, T.I. had started rapping.
Oh, he cut his hair.
Like I mentioned before, lost his mother at that age, and by the age of 12, according to him, he was selling crack. In the mid to late 90s, they both
He was
started
selling
gaining
crack.
a small
Like,
mixtapes, and they actually also signed a dotted line on a major label deal in the
why
same
would I be
year.
on a block?
50 initially signed to Columbia Records.
It's cold
T.I. signed to
outside.
Arista.
I think y'all be forgetting like winter in New York.
This is the strap. Rubber band, man. I used to wear rubber band. Think about like how much money, how much blow you had. You know what I'm saying? You wear 3 rubber bands, that'll probably go about 5,000.
In that year, drops How to Rock. This is his first major look. It's where he's calling out the entire industry, basically plotting on Robbie, every single major player in the game. So as you can see, he already, starts his career off on a controversial note, but that's actually not.
What I want to know is, okay, T.I. invited 50 to a versus battle saying that he could beat him. How did that turn into 50 talking about Tiny?
Life Queens drug dealers and references the Supreme Team gang members from the 1980s crack era, including Kenneth McGriff, who's also known as Supreme.
Yeah, Supreme ain't do nothing to you. I mean, he might have.
People considered this snitching, but 50 said that a lot of these issues and names were already well documented in police reports, so he wasn't saying anything in these lyrics that weren't already reported. But the problem is 50 still lived at his grandmother's house in Queens while rapping about the neighborhood's most powerful individuals. And with the buzz that 50 was now generating, he quickly became a target. And that's when he got shot 9 times outside his grandmother's house on May 24th, 2000. He was shot in his hand, arm, hip, both legs, chest, and face. One bullet even.
I mean, I guess he felt like he got shot 9 times. He's invincible.
Is it your lucky enemies who hate your friends? Your enemies remain the same, your friends always change. That's how they touch yourself, mark off and move.
And it was after this that controversial. His debut
Am I
album,
usually
Power,
up to? You sewing your ass off though.
he came into threatening to rob.
I'm
Now,
not
in that same
sewing.
year that 50 Cent got shot and blackballed, T.I. faced legal trouble of his own. He got hit with some drug charges in the year 2000, and that, along with the fact that the South was not yet massively on the map in terms of hip-hop, for many different reasons than 50 Cent, but at the exact same time as 50 Cent, T.I. had faced some very serious momentum-killing setbacks right when his and 50's career both should have started.
But Rubber Band Man was the shit though.
Tony Ayo and Lloyd Banks forms G-Unit, floods the street with mixtapes, and builds a very serious underground buzz that was hard to ignore. Meanwhile, T.I. releases his debut album, I'm Serious, and just like 50 Cent, Tip also ends up getting dropped by his label, Arista, and ends up going independent. While he was building up buzz in the town of Atlanta, the album didn't end up performing well on a national level. But you can see there were a lot of parallels between T.I. and 50 Cent's careers, right? Both started rapping at an early age, both got signed in 1999, and both got dropped and had to go independent by 2001. But this is where their legacies take very different paths.
See, but 50 had a group. T.I. was still solo.
Survival and controversy. Meanwhile, T.I.'s brand was built around regional respect and putting trap music on his back. I tried to find an elegant way to say that, or like some fancy way to describe T.I.'s career, but I don't have the advanced vocabulary that he does.
Just a kerfuffle. I didn't understand his dialect. That's why I get my vernacular, the I'm and an I'm. Okay.
I didn't understand his dialect.
But to keep it simple, T.I. was a pioneer of trap music, right?
Yeah.
Him, Jeezy, Gucci, that's like the big 3 pioneers of trap music. And I would say T.I. was the most lyrical of the 3.
Trap music was everything back in those days when drugs was real drugs.
And then T.I. was the most lyrical, in my opinion.
I'm crocheting, it's not knitting.
Anyway, T.I. being an environment, it is only right that he signs to Atlantic Records, even though they're not even actually an Atlantic freaking record label. They're headquartered in New York. But yeah, he gets dropped from Arista, signs to Atlantic. Again, very close to the same exact time that 50 Cent ends up signing under Eminem and Dr. Dre. Shady Records, Aftermath Entertainment, all distributed via Interscope Records. The Southern movement starts gaining steam, of course, with Outkast at the top of the game. You also had the emergence of Ludacris and Jeezy at this time. The market is now ready for T.I.
Yeah.
And both Tip and 50 had their breakout year in 2003, but 50 Cent came first in February, launching Get Rich or Die Trying, 872,000 copies in the
Which was a
first
good
week.
album.
Of course, a diamond album. You guys know how massive this album is. This album alone is why 50 Cent would be one of the toughest opponents in hip-hop for a versus battle. Because don't forget, a versus battle is one song. We'll get more into that later. Anyways, T.I., he ends up dropping Trap Music in the summer of 2003, and he has a bunch of hits on there as well, including Rubber Band Man and 24s. And at this point, 50 Cent, he's basically, you can call him the face of hip-hop, right? But most definitely the face of gangster rap. He's beefing everyone in the industry, selling the most records, crazy run.
Even the president's security is nothing compared to the protection of rap's hottest newcomer, 50
Okay.
Cent.
Well, this is as far as I got. It probably means I would be happy with like 2 to 3 more rolls.
Can cost up to 30 grand a day.
Meanwhile, T.I., he positions himself as the king of the South.
Yeah,
and the
like
face
3
of
more.
trap.
So I have to find the yarn for that.
Right. 50 would go on to launch 3 superstars out of G-Unit with Lloyd Banks, Young Buck, and Tony Yayo. They would all release projects in 2004 after the success of Get Rich or Die Trying. G-Unit as a collective would also release an album. 50 would release a movie, Get Rich or Die Trying, and the soundtrack to it. Then you get the games run on G-Unit, and you're getting the mixtapes in between, and the merch. Absolutely insane. T.I. follows up the success of 2003 with his 2004 album, Urban Legend. It had hits like Bring 'Em Out, You Don't Know About Me. He had a Billboard Top 3 record with Destiny's Child and Lil Wayne called Soldier. Lil Wayne definitely watched him on that song. And I think it's in this year, 2004, where T.I. really solidifies trap music as a legitimate commercial sound.
Yeah,
He's
like
grounded
it's a thing. Like, he made a genre.
In 2005, at the beginning of the year when he released his sophomore album, The Massacre, a little bit Disco Inferno, Candy Shop.
I like to tell the people home I feel so safe tonight with all this police protection courtesy of G-Unit.
I ain't gonna lie, G-Unit did have everybody wearing those wife beaters that was cut in a certain way. I'll never forget that. You could get them shits everywhere.
Trying, not even close. G-Unit was kind of starting to fall apart with the game quickly breaking and entering into the label. 50 also kind of started losing beefs around this time, right? You had Jadakiss' Checkmate in early 2005. So
Beefing with Jadakiss is like crazy.
Right. I think the industry kind of started getting sick of him around this time. Meanwhile, T.I. starts entering his way into the conversation of not just having the crown for himself, but having the crown for hip-hop as we know it. A few years in retirement, it was kind of up for the taking. Lil Wayne was calling himself the best rapper alive, but wasn't really doing enough with the Carter 1 and the Squad Up mixtapes to prove that.
You need to stay away from Lil Wayne. Don't even talk about him.
Coordinator at manufacturing plant. You can count on auto reordering to have the PPE you need on hand. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger. Who get it done. Rated R. Theaters Friday the 13th. All right, you gotta stop by.
shipping from Friday Plans. If you think it's a scam like I did at first, peep this. No doc visits, no phone calls, nothing. I just answered a few questions online, and 3 days later, my script was at my door. They even shipped it for free, so I only ended up paying $7 for the whole thing. And it's low-key in a plain package for your privacy. In like 30 minutes of trying one, I knew this was that real generic bag. My confidence is through the roof, and it worked even better than the name brand. My wife ain't stopped smiling. This 100-milligram generic Viagra for 87 cents a pop. Deal of a lifetime. Go put a smile on your wife's face. Get yours right now before Friday Plans run out.
Ben, who was kind of on his way down from being
Kanye West was on the rise, the game was on the rise, Yeezy was on the rise, of course.
T.I., who was now 3 albums deep, taking. And by early 2006, in my opinion, he made his best argument in his career for being worthy of having that crown. Ironically, it was almost as much as 50 sold just a year later with his third album, Curves. He had a massive hit in What You Know, reaching number 3 on the Billboard charts, and it even won Best Rap Solo Performance at the Grammy Awards. To me, T.I. was kind of always like of trap music, amazing lyricist, gave us a lot of great projects, but was missing something personality-wise, charisma-wise, that can kind of take you to that 50 Cent, Kanye West level of superstar.
But at the end of the day, when I listen to it, when it comes out and I see the talk.
And with that comparison being fair, I think T.I.'s album in 2006 was the equivalent to J. Cole's like Forest Hills Drive. Like they were both at that period of time comfortable enough in their position to give the fans a record that felt confident, felt authentic, but also packed with tons of blockbuster hits. Kind of like the intersection between their creativity and their commercial success peaking. Meanwhile, 50 Cent. I already explained to you guys why he had actually believed that, his label Interscope, he thought because he ruffled some feathers there, they weren't putting the support behind his third album.
It sounds exciting for me. I recorded it differently from the last one. I didn't isolate myself and just work with a few of the numbers. I worked with Timberlake, I worked with Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Robinson, Akon. So I studied a bit.
And for that reason, you got a couple singles that pretty much flopped, right? Like the song with Akon, I Still Still, but that was a pretty good song. I Get Money did alright, AR Technology did alright. I know there was a bunch of other singles I remember at the time him releasing a bunch, and obviously they were nowhere near the level of anything he did in the past, right? So he tries to build up hype by challenging Kanye West to a sales battle. Kanye released Graduation, 50 released Curves on the same day. 50 concocted this whole fake beef just to sell records, right? And said that if he didn't outsell Kanye West, he would actually retire from rap. He didn't, he lost, and he didn't retire.
I tell you, I'm a quick music, and everybody wants to ask a question.
He sold around 697,000 copies first week. T.I. also released another album that year, T.I.P., and he sold around 470,000 copies in the first week. So you can see that 50 Cent was still bigger, but not by such a wide margin. And that gap is completely closed by 2008. We wouldn't hear much from 50 Cent in 2008, but this is when T.I. had by far his biggest commercial year of his entire career. Now, I said King was T.I.'s Forest Hills Drive because I think that album, from a quality substance perspective, packs a lot more than Paper Trail, but Paper Trail, the album by T.I. in 2008, make no mistake, that was, if we look at the numbers, probably one of the biggest or highest selling hip-hop albums of the entire 2000s decade. Like 2008 was Lil Wayne's year, but T.I. was low-key like replacing himself at the #1 spot of the Billboard charts for several weeks. First you had Whatever You Like, then you had Live Your Life with Rihanna, then you had Dead and Gone with Justin Timberlake. In between that, you had Swagger Like Us with Jay, Lil Wayne, and Kanye. That's 4 top 5 singles on the Billboard charts in one album. The thing is, though, aside from Whatever You Like, which was a solo T.I. song, you do have to ask yourself, were the rest of the songs massive because of T.I., or would they have been just as big if it was just Rihanna on them, or just Justin Timberlake, right? Or if it was just Kanye, Wayne, and Jay on Swagger
It's
Like
so
Us.
annoying. Now you're trying to discredit T.I. because he got a feature from an artist that's bigger than him, but you counting G Unit's success in 50 Cent's personal success. So either you're gonna count the features or you're not. Make a decision.
The trials and tribulations that
What's
both of them faced
Cookman?
throughout their career, but beyond that, when we're talking catalog, it's kind of an interesting discussion. The verses
Oh
again,
yeah, wait. Isn't it Black Bike Weekend down in Virginia?
remained a lot more consistent throughout the mid 2000s than 50 did. 50 released a lot less, official albums, but at the same time, Get Rich or Die Trying alone, when you're talking of verses where you're only assessing a certain amount of songs, 50's hits far outweigh TI's. Whether you want to look at it from the lens of like a global perspective or just a cultural perspective within hip hop, I think whatever way you want to look at it, 50 Cent's hits will just crush TI's on a stage like that.
Guys, man, you have to sell a fraction of
I don't think so.
If we're talking full catalog, it is a different discussion. If we're talking both of them bring their 20 best hits to the table, not even just the table, it's a real stage with a real crowd, right? So these songs have to move the crowd. We're talking just 20 songs? Guys, there's 10 songs on Get Rich or Die Trying alone that are beating almost any rapper's entire discography. But we'll look at the angle that T.I. was kind of taking in terms of why he thought he was a valid opponent to 50 Cent. But in the meantime, let's just wrap this thing up because by 2009, this is when both of them kind of started dwindling down from a commercial success perspective. T.I. had the occasional hit about
Oh my God, you're going into all the musical logistics. Can you just get to the point where they start disrespecting each other for no reason, it seems like?
Well, Baby by Me.
Daytona Beach.
Post Malone called F Me Over from like 2015.
Tell us you don't smoke without telling us you don't smoke. Nigga said the weed.
I need a cigarette, so I made a pit stop.
But just given the sheer output of music we got from T.I., I mean, I think he dropped like 4 or 5 albums in the 2010 decade. I would say he probably takes the edge in that decade against 50, but guys, it really doesn't matter, alright? You have Get Rich or Die Trying, you have the G Unit material, you got the mixtapes, and a couple of the best moments off of the Massacre. Like, hate or love 50, no pun intended, but you cannot deny how intense that early 2000s run from him would be for
You
any
can't
rapper.
include G Unit if you don't want to include T.I.'s features.
Entertain a conversation or a world where he can go up against 50 Cent catalog for catalog, but what do I know? I'm somebody from Canada, right?
Those 3 big nights are for me.
But how did we get to the point where this was a conversation? Well, it was T.I. himself who has been trying to make this versus battle happen now for over half a decade. And on a side note, do any of you guys feel like ever since COVID, time just stopped feeling like normal? I don't know how to explain it, but like T.I. was talking about doing the versus battle with 50 Cent when COVID first kicked off. And I remember when that first happened, but you're telling me that was 6 years ago? Like 6 years have went by since then? It doesn't seem real. Like think about 2012 to 2018, that's like 6 years. Then think about like 2020 to 2026. I feel like so much more happened in those like 2010s years versus after COVID. But anyways, I digress. So this T.I. versus 50 versus, it's been over 5 years in the making. And recently T.I. went on the Shannon Sharp podcast and was saying that 50 Cent has been the one ducking the smoke. Tip wanted to team up with either 50 or Wayne for a versus, but he says 50 Cent is actually scared to do it.
When I was talking to Swiss, I was like, shit, man, yeah, I do it. But really, the motherfucker that really would be the one, it ain't gonna happen. But if Gucci, Young and Gucci, that's the one. And he hit me back, he was like, shit, Tip, don't even trip. I think we're gonna get Gucci to do it. I said, but you don't need me then. But that's the one. Hold on. Jeezy and Gucci already did it. No, that was before it happened. Oh, okay, before it happened. Nah, I said I want a 50. That's what I said. He don't want no smoke though. Oh!
Yeah, but see, that's not even disrespectful. I love T.I.'s vernacular.
Damn. We mentioned, we mentioned. We mentioned Wayne, and Wayne would be bad. I respect Wayne. I'm a hot man. Wayne would be bad. I respect Wayne. 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 Wayne would be bad. I respect Wayne It's 20 songs. So let me ask you, wait, so if all your songs there can be something that you will feature on?
Yeah, I believe it could be anything that you had something to do with.
So you'll see as we unpack this issue deeper that 50 Cent has warned T.I. ever since he started bringing up this versus stuff to just stay away from 50. He's like, you know, you don't want to go near me. I'm not a likable guy. Now, that doesn't excuse the activity that we've seen from 50 on social media over the last few days, but you can't say T.I. wasn't warned. Now, after, you know, this Shannon Sharp clip started circulating with T.I. saying that 50 Cent was scared of the verses, 50 Cent posted on Instagram several videos of T.I. allegedly cooperating in the courtroom and doing a Crime Stoppers commercial, implying T.I. is a snitch. I have no comment on that. But 50's caption was saying, no, I don't like it. No verses. Let's do the stay away challenge and stay away from me. LOL.
That's petty. You an artist.
Crimes against them off the streets. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers and there's even a reward. The number of Crime Stoppers Anonymous is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577. Channel 2, community coverage, you can count.
You recognize who that is?
Yeah, that's Phil. Oh, that's it, Biden.
In 34A.
We already know about this. His cousin got killed and he blamed the crime on his dead cousin. I don't know if that's considered snitching or not, but I don't consider it snitching. He dead. He could take the crime. He dead.
How did Falon's family find out about his death?
I told him. I called his mom first, and I told his story. I told his little girl.
How old was his little girl?
His daughter was 4 years old at the time. Five years old at the time.
And how did you tell?
You telling on things that we already know.
Now after this, things would escalate because T.I. would make an appearance on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, and he would talk about the fact that his intentions with this versus battle was not to actually beat or battle in any capacity, it was really supposed to be a celebration of catalogs. T.I. feels that the South doesn't get the credit it deserves, and he thinks it would have been a good way to kind of show the world how impactful his catalog, one of the best Southern catalogs, is when placing it head-to-head against a New York classic catalog. And he explains again that it was 5 years ago that they spoke on doing a versus, because if you guys didn't know, that's when verses were really popular.
Damn, it was 5 years ago.
For the verses. Man, you see, he called the whole state. Nah, no, I didn't. You don't want to do anybody up. The whole East Coast, anybody up there. I mean, yeah, I'm with that, but that wasn't my intention. You know what I'm saying?
It's so funny because T.I. had this southern drawl and he talked like this, but then he said words like vernacular, and it's just like, what? He say mad big words, and it'd be like, it's not even a big word, it's just like an unused word where there are more watered down words that we're more familiar with using in our everyday life speaking.
Yeah, that years like 2021 type. That was an old video. Oh, that didn't research. Yeah, that was an old video because when the first jumped off, it's crazy hell to me. Okay, so first, like, you know, it was really about celebrating each other's catalog. You feel what I'm saying? That was the hold the beat back. It hold the beat back, you know, around doing something with another artist that, you know, that you respect, is that and the other. Right. And so even the first time when I was
If I get another ping, I think I might, you know.
So let's understand, you know, how this thing even started in the first place. When T.I. got the idea to call out 50 for verses, and, you know, how did he actually invite 50 to? Because according to T.I., this was something they actually spoke about doing 5 years ago. But his social media activity might present a different narrative to this story. See, way back in 2020 when everyone was wearing a mask on their face, T.I. had got on Instagram Live to say that he was not scared of anyone in a versus battle. He would even go head-to-head against Eminem. And of course, this is where he calls out 50 Cent for the first time, but doesn't really call him out in a way where it seems like they already spoke about doing verses against one another. This seemed more like a general kind of shot at any rapper. I'm down to do verses and I'll go up against anyone.
I heard it's 50 Cent birthday. Happy birthday, 50. Appreciate you for, you know what I'm saying, staying down, remaining healthy, alive, and free for so long, man. But for your birthday, I offer you a challenge, sir. Pull your up, man, with 20 of your records, man. Sit across from me, man, and get this work, man. You know what I'm saying? But I understand if you don't want to answer to that challenge, because last time you got challenged, Kanye West dusted your ass off. So, you might not want to do that. So, well, guess who ain't scared of your motherfucking ass, 50? Look, man, pull up. Pull on up, 50. Bring your on outside, 50. Bring your records with you. You and Dr. Dre, and all y'all got them. Come on, see the king. And I actually, me and you, we all right. You know, I fuck with you, 50.
I don't think anyone has ever argued with T.I. about calling himself the king of Atlanta. I feel like they gave him that.
Gucci, and they want to talk about me. Listen, man. I want 50. I want 50. Atlanta and New York.
Okay.
That would be cool. ATL in New York. That would be cool. I want 50.
Hold on, guys. Never mind.
Man, been bullying y'all, throwing motherfuckers around. Bring your someone out here. Let's see what this shit gonna be back. But enjoy your birthday, though.
Now, I could see 50 Cent having no desire to do a versus battle in general. I mean, think about it, guys. After versus blew up in around 2020, 2 years later, 50 Cent was on the biggest stage in America, the Super Bowl stage, to celebrate his catalog alongside hip-hop legends that he came in the game with, right? Once you celebrate your legacy on a stage like that, you also got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Like, do you really need to go battle T.I. in a versus? Anyways, that was just a little tangent.
You didn't, maybe. No. I didn't.
50 Cent even posted the Crime Stoppers commercial that he posted again 6 years later. He posted that way back in 2020. Now T.I. would respond by posting on Instagram that's now deleted with him saying pick a date, and 50 would respond posting a picture of T.I.'s not so connected beard hair, and it said, "Brother, your beard is not quite connecting, just like your music. You do know I did 10 million copies sold on the second album too. You just make sure you're at work on time, okay?" 50 would continue defending the impact of his debut Get Rich or Die Trying, also writing a post saying, "My run permanently damaged the culture. Get Rich or Die Trying expeditiously. Nah, bro, where's my..."
I know, but I'm calling, like, you, okay, you see how, like, nobody could say that they're the king of New York and it goes uncontested.
The Fly would not understand. And 50 had wrote saying, "So I just want to say to you, T.I., I'm clear you will never understand how much better I am than you are. Look, even my skin is darker than yours. I'm just a better specimen of a man than you, punk."
What?
And I love how for like the last, literally, since Instagram was conceived, every single time 50 Cent posts on there, it's usually dissing someone else, and he always ends off the post with a hashtag of whatever company he's trying to promote at that time. It's slimy, but it's smart marketing, I gotta say. Anyways, a year later,
My skin is darker than yours, so I can't even.
He said that he already picked his opponent for a versus battle, and if it's not that opponent, then it can't be anyone. It wouldn't make sense for anyone else. And he's talking about 50 Cent,
What
right?
does skin
He
color
rejects
have
the
to do with
idea of
anything?
any Atlanta rapper going head to head against them. To me, I think his best competition would be either Easy or Ludacris, just because I feel like all three of them kind of accomplished, similar things in very
Yeah, but
different
that's the
things.
whole
I don't
point.
think any of their music sounds similar in any regard, but all three of them were kind of like the middle class of hip hop, dropping like really good 7.5 out of 10 projects consistently every year for almost the entirety of the 2000s decade, right? All of them had highs, all of them had big hits, all of them had great progress.
His
None
whole
of them had
point
Richard
was that he wanted to show how Atlanta rappers and Atlanta music can contest with New York music.
against T.I. in a versus if he wants to expand out of
I don't
like,
understand why.
a little too high.
They need to do a versus. I mean, I am extremely supportive of, the platform, extremely proud of Swiss and Tim. It's a phenomenal concept. I called who I wanted. I picked who I picked my man. I picked who I wanted. I ain't gonna go through him picking, me picking. Man, I picked my man. You know what I'm saying? And so if it ain't that, or if it ain't, you know what I mean? I ain't tripping. But I continue to support the brand.
Oh, that's what I heard as well.
Phenomenal idea, except you already went against Nettie. Went against Mom. You know what I'm saying? Well, here's a towel. Man, listen, man, y'all can't be. Can't up my battlefield, man. That's my.
Is that you?
No, on the
Oh,
side,
that
someone
is him.
back then, when T.I. was saying all this, actually made a good point, saying, I don't see 50 Cent up on that versus stage because Ciroc is sponsoring the whole thing. We know what happened later with Diddy, right? But yes, like I told you guys before, even way back then, 50 Cent would issue a warning to T.I. to stop talking about him, right? He posted a video of T.I. talking about the versus battle, and he said, this was a week ago. This guy was just telling me about a comedy show he's working on backstage. I don't like this kind of stuff. It wouldn't be a good idea to come around me again, respectfully. So you'll see later, T.I. says that he had told 50 about doing a versus and 50 had agreed to it before T.I. ever brought it to the public. Meanwhile, 50 is saying, here T.I. is yapping his mouth off about a versus against 50 when they actually met and T.I. was talking about a comedy show, nothing to do with versus. So they both have very different stories, right?
Unless he's calling a versus a comedy show.
No arms. Expect to get kicked. For an answer, he would continue doubling down all throughout the year of 2021.
When it get down to the versus conversation about Puff and JD or me and 50 and that shit just hit different, bro. It's like, oh, okay, what you think, nigga? You think, oh, you think you can't, what, bro? What's up? What you trying to say? What you trying to say, bro? Just 'cause you from New York, you saying just 'cause you from New York, nigga, you like, bro, come on, man. Y'all getting money, y'all having, you know, everybody did they shit, and that it, and for what we can't ever get too mixed up in a conversation that's based on opinions.
Okay.
It's all based on opinions.